You guys liked the first one a lot, so we're back again. Big shout out to Wicked Makers. And this is the first one they did. They did a Catnap Animatronic. So this is newer than the first one we've seen. We're gonna see what happens in this one. All right, here we go.
Catnap Animatronic that actually breathes fog.
We're Jamie and Jane. We bring your favorite.
I'm gonna kind of skip through it like I did on the first one because I want to see the, the meat.
This 8-foot tall Huggy Wuggy. And this real-life spring trap from Finesse.
They made
Today, the
those!
challenge is to build this animatronic completely from scratch.
Bro,
which is
if y'all want me to react to the Five Nights at Freddy one and the Huggy Wuggy, you gotta let me know in the comments. And big shout out to them, by the way, because they made this awesome video.
Catnap is
a lot
the
of
main
work went
boss
into
in
this.
Poppy Playtime Chapter 3. And it's just, well, just look at it. Also, a couple of you asked us to make this project, so here we go.
First, though,
You guys should comment on this video
we're
like
gonna start
that.
by using some PVC pipes to build a skeleton and then giving it a really cool pose.
Next, we'll figure out all the animatronics like the motors, the fog, and the glowing eyes.
Then we'll cover the whole thing in purple fur.
Finally, we'll build his insanely creepy head, and also this thing is
So,
huge.
In this video, I remember from the other one, they said making this the head for this was very difficult. We're gonna see about how difficult it is.
Because it's rigid enough to hold
They
them all
3D
together,
printed the other
but
one.
also a little bit flexible, which we're gonna try to use to our advantage. To connect all these pieces, we're gonna use regular PVC connectors, but we're also gonna use these custom PVC joints that we developed. These give us a lot more angles for like elbow positions and stuff like that. They're 3D printable, they're super easy to make, and if you wanna make
Dang, they do a lot of 3D printing. All right, they got a lot, is like plumbing.
One of these, and that is a flange that gets attached to the ground. Go like
Oh, this one's gonna be more difficult because like Dog Day is just hanging on a wall.
Like 2 parallel lines because that's gonna keep it from twisting, give it a little more strength, and it's gonna bend in the center because spines do that on cats.
All good?
No.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be confusing.
Not...
I wouldn't even know where to start.
Okay.
Look at that. Our very own cat spine.
He smashed it together like
so this
it just went together. Yeah, bro, I feel like
so the legs.
I feel like this was a task.
We're going to attach right here, but to attach them, we're going to use these rotating PVC joints that we made. And if you want to see exactly how to make these, check out our pirate skeleton animatronic. Basically, they're going to go in here like this.
Pirate skeleton?
They're too small, so we made these adapters. They go on there like that.
They're talented.
One on each side.
Where do they put all these?
This right in there, and if we pretend that this is the shoulder at the top of the leg, we can put that in there, and now the leg can rotate. I think we're gonna move the table. It's good.
Yeah,
that's a really small.
It's not gonna fit up here.
I
gotta see this. Okay, they got Ghostface in the background. Oh my gosh.
We're missing a piece.
Oh.
This is a beautiful.
That's huge.
All right, you got it?
Yes.
All right, just sit tight for a second.
Okay.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Yeah, that's not gonna stand. He's just tightening it with a wrench.
I tightened up all of the different joints and I bolted his feet to the ground.
There we go.
Some little screws on the rotating things here to make sure that they don't come out. And now everything is nice and tight, and watch this. We've got this really nice rotation in the back here. So the next step is we're gonna put a motor here and we're gonna actually make it look like this whole thing is moving. So this is a wiper motor.
How are they gonna use a motor for the back? And I thought the back was, the spine is too short, right? Spine's short.
So on our shaft here at the end, I've got these rod end bearings, which are like these little things that rotate into
Okay, this is confusing.
So I want the focus of the movement to be the head and the breathing of the fog, but I don't want the
This guy's an engineer. Hey, yo, any videos like this, let me know in the comments below. Look, just tell me the channel, tell me everything. I don't care, I'll go react to it. This stuff's crazy awesome.
It's doing it, it's working. Woo! I was expecting it to
I can see it. All right, let's get some beefy stuff. Oh, so she comes in with the little wires.
If you don't, bad things happen.
Like before.
What I'm gonna do is try and build like a rib cage type thing, and then we're gonna cover that in foam.
Oh, I said the spine had more spots, and that's okay. She's gonna do that. I thought they was.
Rings are on.
I'm an idiot.
Now I want to do a motion test and make sure nothing like collides into itself.
It's got. You need like the rib cage though.
It's a little close down here. It literally is like that close to it.
Right?
Yes.
Is that good or bad?
I mean, it clears it.
Woo! That's close.
It's fine, right?
It's technically fine as long as it doesn't move.
Catnap breathes out this red fog.
That's risky.
Gas, and it's a sleeping gas. So we're going to try to recreate that with a fog machine. But I'm trying to decide if we're gonna use a big, normal-sized fog machine or something smaller like this. And oh, and by the way, you can't make red fog. That's not really a thing. So instead, we're gonna use a red LED in the mouth.
That will definitely look red.
Like that.
Well, if we have the
big fog
one,
machine,
like, where are you gonna put it? It's just gonna be like next to him?
Yeah, that's why I don't like using these, because you have to have it like away and then run a hose maybe up its leg or something. Or we could put this like, you know, kind of underneath the zipper and then
maybe the smaller one's just super subtle though.
Look at this. There's more stuff.
I gave him a butt.
A butt? Do cats have butts?
Yes. Cats have
Well,
butts.
I mean, yes. Okay, yeah.
Not really. All right, this is gonna get disgusting. They just have a tail and the tail covers up the hole, if you know what I'm saying.
On here like that, and then it's gonna live like down here, and then there'll be a hose that comes up into the mouth. What you got going here?
We put a cat on Catnap. It's gonna eat that little cat.
Short fur. This one is not the right color. This one is like way too long, but the color's at least closer.
You could shave it maybe, like, you know, when you shave a cat, except our cat doesn't have any fur. So
I don't know which one I would use.
You know what I mean? Like
probably the one the cat's on. Okay, back to the duct tape. She did this on the last one. It clearly works.
Too big of a gap here, and we didn't need it to be that big, so we added some extra wires, got it taped up, and
it actually
now
looks
it's
good.
Nice and shapely and round and
Shape.
catnap-like. We still need access to all the stuff up here, so on the chest we left it open, but on the back it's really close to that motor, so we made this protective flappy thing that we can tape and untape when we need to access it.
Oh, nice.
Features is how skinny and kind of almost like starved looking.
Okay, look at the spine and then the like rib cage around here. I want to see how they make it look like that. That's gonna be, and then the bro.
So we're gonna try.
This is a bigger challenge than Dog Day.
Like you know, some bones that'll stick out from under the fur.
We're gonna try and use pool noodles for this. They're light and they're flexible and they're pretty easy to shape.
This is so. Oh my gosh, that's for the spine. I would have made it way harder.
He's got vertebrae now.
It's like a dinosaur.
These guys are definitely, they've done this a time or two. They know what they're doing. Oh, wow.
Hey, he's got a rib cage now.
Watching somebody else do arts and crafts like this is more than that, but is way more satisfying than doing it yourself, because you know we get mad, throw stuff, and it doesn't work. Or at least for me. Bubble wrap?
These legs took a whole day longer than we thought they were going to.
They look so good though.
Like, it's simple. You wrap a leg and then you put some bumps on it. But no, the duct tape came off because, fun fact, duct tape doesn't stick to foam. So we wrapped and salvaged what we could, and then we glued the rest. And then
I didn't know that.
Duct tape bubble wrap to make his like leg bumps. This part is finally done, and we can move on to the next step.
So at this point, they haven't done the head, so she's in for a surprise.
Look at this thing.
It's too big.
It's so big. Oh.
Okay, to be fair, we're gonna carve at least half of this away. My worry is that, how am I gonna sculpt this?
Yeah, but you say that every time. And what happens? What happens every time?
She gets
it's funny
it.
that we're worried about two completely different things.
So we have a front view and a top view and a side
That's
view,
what I was thinking. In my head, I was like, you need a top, side, and all that.
That is outside of those lines.
This doesn't include the ears, does it? It's even bigger than this?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Oh my
To cut the
gosh.
foam, I'm going to use these tools from Hot Wire Foam Factory. They cut through really nicely, so.
Oh, that's got to be satisfying. You got to be very, because you got to go in those lines and then on the side to make sure you're in those lines. She went us. What in the world is that?
We're done.
Oh,
Look,
God.
It's Catnap.
I wonder if she's going to say it was like difficult.
This is hard. This is a huge block of foam, and trying to make it look like anything it's slow going and hard.
Oh, wow.
This ended up being really challenging. I kept telling her it looked great, but at this point it had been almost 3 days of sculpting, and Jamie was ready to throw this thing out the window.
She's getting it, though.
This is incredible.
Whoa!
You turned a giant 6-pound block of foam into this. So
That is
good. I'm so
really
proud.
good.
Thank you. Next up, we're gonna do his little nose. So I glued some EVA foam together, and I'm gonna carve it, and it'll go right there. And then we're also gonna do some ears.
Okay.
What are you up to?
Ears are
I
looking
spent
good.
the last few days trying to figure out how to make his head move and
You
where
hear
to
that?
put
Last
all
few
of
days
this
doing this
stuff.
and that.
So far,
Gosh.
all the animatronics we've
It's a lot
made
of work.
So the first thing I did
Oh, the
was
feet.
I made a tinfoil foot. and it's got a hole because it's gonna slide.
Okay, so he's
over
explaining like he was explaining the mechanics of it, but
claws coming out the end of
I think the
his
feet are
toes,
too
but
small.
First, I'm gonna cover this all in foam clay.
Too small. What the? I've never seen that goo.
Just run out of white clay.
The feet are way too small.
The foam clay's cool, but it takes forever
They don't really
to dry. So
look right
we just
either,
gotta let
right?
these sit for a few days. So
They need
the
sharp
feet are
claws.
dry, and it's time to make the claws. But I'm now realizing I probably should have made the claws first and sculpted them actually into the toes.
Yes.
We're gonna make the claws now, and then somehow figure out a way to
What?
join them
Aluminum
together.
foil?
So this is Sculpey, and I'm gonna use it for the claws because
She
you can
made-
bake it, and it'll be dry in like 15 minutes, or cured, not dry.
Multiple claws out of aluminum foil, and they all look the same.
Like a skin-colored clay for
They are
non-skin
talented.
things. It's just
Okay, now we're
weird.
getting somewhere.
Okay, these giant.
If you cut this
mutant
catnap in
feet
half,
are
it's gonna look all kinds of
mostly
crazy.
done. They have to dry overnight, and then tomorrow we'll paint them.
You know what's funny?
Made a box.
Is they're actually animatronics, right?
So it's got some holes in it.
And
so
now
the wires
animatronic
can come
is
through the neck
real.
and go into the head, and then it's got like this thing inside that this attaches
Maybe
to
Five
the
Nights at Freddy's
servo.
animatronic.
And then look,
Not these.
servo rotates, and bingo, problem solved.
So are you just gonna like glue that box to the back of his head?
No.
You gotta cut it.
Jamie was not excited about me cutting a huge hole into the back
I'm
of
gonna
this, but
cut it
all
again.
worked.
Oh. That's so sketch.
That wasn't too bad.
Beautiful.
Bingo.
Nice.
Should we try it on? See if it holds up. I'm still worried that it's.
That's probably pretty light, right?
to our box.
Oh my gosh.
Is it gonna stay?
That looks awesome.
Oh.
That doesn't.
Well, the box worked, but the
Maybe it's
whole
not
thing
that light.
started to collapse.
We fixed
Standing
it.
again.
We had to
What'd they
spread the
do?
legs out more, and they need to be in a very particular angle because the pose is so dynamic, it doesn't balance otherwise. But it works, and look, we can even push on it.
Wow.
You know what though? I hate to say it, but
That was scary.
real big.
I know. I think it's too big.
Oh, is it?
I took off a whole lot of material, and I don't even know if you can tell, but there's a lot gone from this. And
Looks the
here's
same.
truth. I could work on this for like 3 more days and probably still not be happy with it. But at some point, you have to.
Even more.
All right, let's see, let's see.
Drill holes from the eyes and mouth all the way back to where the box is for the wires and the fog hose. To glue in the box, we used expanding spray foam so that we could position it exactly where we wanted.
I'd have been an idiot and used hot glue.
So you can see that this expanding foam expanded and filled up all these gaps, and now we have to actually cut away all this extra stuff.
That's so good. I would have probably put the
See
foam
if
in
this
first like an
works
idiot.
now. All right.
Oh man, this is gonna be so good.
I feel like Dr. Frankenstein.
catnap looks
will plug
crazy with
this
the
in,
wires
and
hanging.
A monster will awaken.
And nothing.
It's on. Oh, I forgot to plug the motor in.
Oh.
Hold on. Here we go.
Ooh.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
Seems okay?
Yes.
Yeah? It's not even like stressing that much.
There's no creaking.
At some point, we're pushing PVC to like its limits, but I don't think we're there yet. It's time to put in the control box, but I want to show you guys what's in it before it gets tucked away forever. The whole thing
Alright.
is powered by an Arduino, which is basally a mini computer.
I know what
Next to
an
it a
Arduino
real-
is. You can code it, and it's for Android devices. Or it is Android. Whatever.
relay, which lets the
Feel
Arduino
smart.
control the wiper motor and turn it on and off. Over here's the power, which is 12 volts, and then this is the power for the wiper motor that goes out to it, and then this right here is a wire harness which controls everything else. Finally, on the outside, we have a speed controller, which lets me make quick changes to how fast it moves, and there's a USB port, so if I want to add or update stuff, I can use that. It was
That's a
definitely hard
printer
to figure
cable!
out how to customize all this and fit it into this nice compact box, but I'm really proud of this. It's a far cry from our usual, mess of wires and stuff everywhere.
I want to see this thing work.
There
What
we
the?
go. We made Catnap.
He looks
Gosh.
Like your fuzzy. It's a fabric
terrifying.
we chose, and there's a couple problems I'm anticipating though. One, this stuff does not stretch, but the body does stretch. The back opens up, and so does the stomach. So
Oh,
we're gonna have
yeah.
to solve for that somehow. And then the other problem
Oh,
is
that looked
because
good.
it's so short, it doesn't really hide
Oh.
things like seams.
It's
So
too wrinkly.
We're gonna have to be really careful about where the fur joins to itself.
Okay. Oh, they're doing a good job. It's got a stretch, and it's pretty nice on there.
All right, Catnap's
You can see the
eyes
stuff in
and
the
mouth
back
are
too.
black, but not just any black will do. When you look into his eyes, I want it to be like you're staring into an endless void of darkness.
So you've seen this on the Dog Day one.
To try for the first time. This is the blackest paint in the world. It's called Musso Black. And from the same company, we got the blackest fabric ever. It's like a black
That was probably
hole
expensive.
It's
looking
like
into
things
this
just
fabric.
disappear into it. For the eyes, we already base coated them with a little bit of black tinted Mod Podge, so we're gonna put some of the blackest black paint on and see how it goes.
Oh, they.
Look at this.
Wow.
What I really love is that it's matte. You can't see any of the edges in there. It's
Wow, that's
just
cool.
flat and
The right
smooth.
one, you
I'd
can
like
only
to
see it 'cause
use
it's
this
wet still.
fabric for the mouth, but
Or maybe
the
it didn't have
paint
as many layers.
Also looks amazing, and I think the fabric, it would be a little bit of a pain in the butt to
Yeah.
kind of get this to sit flat, and the paint was so easy to use.
You should just paint
Look at
it.
this. It's so
Oh
cool. I
my
love this
gosh.
stuff. We'll put the
You can
link
see the mouth
in
a little
description
bit
below
in
so you
certain
can check it
areas.
out. If you're trying to make something like
But not
the
really.
blackest of the black, this is it. It's so cool. Are we ready to put fur on the rest of them?
We are ready.
Pins? Maybe she just did that for
How's it
temporary.
It's good. How's it going over there?
I think
You
she's
got
lying.
it painted?
It looks
I think we
difficult.
have a problem. Don't be mad.
What'd you do?
I spray painted them, and this part is totally fine, but the claws, I painted like 4 hours ago, and they're still sticky.
What?
Oh
Which means the paint
no.
isn't drying, which means something bad happened.
Oh no. Okay, according to our Discord, you should never use spray paint on polymer clay because there is like a terrible chemical reaction that happens.
It's never gonna dry?
Never.
It's gonna be sticky forever?
Yes.
How do we clean it off?
We can try acetone.
We have that.
Oh gosh.
Okay, took a bunch off. Is it sticky?
Oh my
I think that's
gosh.
okay. So you're gonna remove all of
Oh.
that paint?
Dude, that is
So
a
I'm
task.
cutting off the places where my fabric joins together, but it leaves a little bit of a gap. To fix that, I'm using what's called a Muppet stitch. And that's a stitch that like hides the thread and joins the furry fabric together like seamlessly.
It's called the Muppet stitch?
It is, they use it on like Muppets. And
What?
there we go.
Whoa.
Mostly invisible seams.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I thought
She's
there's gonna
good.
be like big wrinkles all over it, but there's like
She's
literally
good. This would be the most satisfying part. Just aligning it right around the edge and trimming it up. Oh. Nice. So now I'm confused on why she did the ears like that because it's supposed to be like black on the inside. Oh, the pins are like telling where the ear should be. Oh my gosh. Was the nose gray? Man, I'm so like impressed. Oh, cool. That's awesome. Oh, man. We've seen these eyes on the Dog Day one, but it's just so cool watching it come back together. Wait. Oh, that's the red thing for the fog.
Catnap's moon, and this is what hangs off of his zipper.
Let's see how
pull.
shiny
You
she get.
could
Okay,
just
wait.
Paint it gold like it is in the game.
She's
but
actually doing a good job. She did
always
great with
wanted a reason
Dog Day.
to gold leaf something, and it seems like super extravagant and ridiculous, but only the best for our boy.
I don't even know what
I don't
gold
even know
leafing is.
how they
Well,
really
it's
do
like
this.
super thin pieces of gold, or in this case, it's not real gold, but sometimes it's real gold, and you glue it on.
And then the rest just falls off. I don't
and
get
now
that.
It's gold.
How does it fall off? It was a piece of freaking paper. What is that? What? Oh, that's the tail. That's a long tail, but the tail's long, right? It looks so good.
It took me several hours.
I'm
but
proud
I
of
got
them.
all of the bad paint off of the nails, and now I got this cool metallic paint. We're gonna paint them.
In some ways, building
Don't
Catnap
screw
has
up,
gone
bro.
really well. We've
Better
learned
let
so
one of them
much since
dry
we started
first.
making animatronics that we were able to combine it all into this insanely awesome build.
Wow.
But at the same time, this project has been the hardest thing we've ever done. The longest hours, the most
feet don't really
setbacks,
match.
difficulty at every step.
How can you say the
guess-
feet don't match after everything they've done?
That's
The
what it's
feet
all
don't
about,
match on the actual one either.
though. You just got to keep challenging yourself and.
I was wondering if they were going to do that.
'cause that's how you get better.
They're
To
saying
animate Catnap's head, I'm using
they're saying like they didn't do a good job. This is insane.
huge servo because the head is really heavy and we need a lot of torque. A servo is different than a wiper motor because I can tell it exactly how to move.
Whoa.
To do that, I'm using this free software called Botango, which is used to animate animatronics. Instead of writing code, I can
Oh
just
my
animate
gosh.
in a timeline. It's super fun. Anytime I want, I can just make a new animation for Catnap, and then when it's ready, we export it to
That's
the Arduino.
crazy.
Y'all, we just did a test run. I can't wait for you to see him in action.
But before we do, we just want to say thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel and helping us grow. You guys are the best.
Until next time.
You're welcome, bro.
stay good.
Y'all did crazy on that. 'Cause I'm a fan. Sketch. Ooh, the fog. Whoa. Oh. Oh. Maybe the body's a little small? Oh my gosh. Do the fog again. The proportions are a little off, but I mean, come on. Oh my God. The red. Wow. They should reuse this for Halloween and put it out. Wow. You know, it's crazy that I could even say something was not. That was amazing. I don't know how I can say the body's proportions are not. Look, if anybody's watching, they did amazing. Drop a like, subscribe, and go check them out for sure. Amazing creators.